Hi guys, this is Kelly and you're watching That Smells Divine. Today we're talking about my top 20 office safe / work fragrances for those of you that do not want to make enemies when you go into the office. I have compiled a list of 20 fragrances that will be super easy for you to wear and easy for your coworkers as well. All right, so starting off at number 1, these are in no particular order, but starting off at number 1, we have a paraben and phthalate-free scent called ROSIE, and this is by the house BYREDO. This is a beautiful fragrance with notes of nude musk and a hint of rose. This is one of my all-time favorite fragrances. As you can see, I'm blowing through it. It's a very clean skin scent. It smells very like comforting. It smells like when you were a kid and your mom would give you a hug when you were like scared or having a bad day. It's like that comforting kind of, yeah, skin, like familiar, natural scent. Personally, this reminds me of like being in the, so we went to a lake house a couple of years ago and I brought this with me and we would be like out kayaking all day in the sun and come back to the cabin and take a shower and eat dinner and play board games with the family. And this, I would spray this on after my shower. So it reminds me of just like the summer sun, being kind of like sunburnt, having a lot of fun with the family. Yeah, it's really, really nice. So that's number 1, ROSIE by ROSIE. Number 2, we have DURGA, I Don't Know What. This is more of a fragrance enhancer than a fragrance. Again, it's one of these, like, I feel like this is a little bit of a trend where it's these fragrances that have like a singular synthetic note. Usually it's iso pear, but it's designed to kind of smell like it kind of blends in with your natural scent, right? So people don't necessarily just like think that they're smelling a fragrance. They're just like, oh my God, what is that smell? Is that you? What is that, right? So it's very attractive. Usually scents like this will throw in some like ambroxan or ambrette, things like that. So you'll see a couple of these on that list. But DURGA, I Don't Know What. Let me find it here. Where are you? Hold on. Oh, here it is. I was looking for a different sample. So this one, like I said, it's a fragrance enhancer. So it's kind of designed to like top a fragrance and just kind of make it project more. But yeah, it's very much along the lines of Molecule 1. I'm sure there's Molecule 1 fans. It's very much like that, except it's a little bit more like pink, peppery, citrusy. Yeah, it's a little bit more spicy. It just kind of takes a different direction than Molecule 1. So if Molecule 1 was a little bit too warm for you and you prefer cooler scents, if you know what I mean, this would probably be a good one for you. You can wear it alone or you can layer it on something else. So moving on to number 3, speaking of eccentric molecules, we have, so Geza Schoen is like one of my favorite perfumers of all time. And he recently, I think last summer, did a collection, I believe, of 3 different fragrances, which was taking Molecule 1, which I was just talking about, and adding a note with it. So he did patchouli, he did mandarin, and he did iris. I'm obsessed with the patchouli one. Like, it smells so good. My second, it's hard to pick because I love all 3 of them, but I think my second favorite is the iris one, which is what I'm going to be sharing with you today. And this is literally just iso pear, and iris, and like that's it. It smells so good. All 3 of them smell absolutely amazing. Like it's literally like you're smelling Molecule 1 plus the additional note. So I'm just gonna dab a little bit. I'm definitely wanting a full bottle of this, but for right now I just have a sample. Yeah, it smells so good, and it's a really classic iris too. It's kind of got that like lipsticky thing going on. But it's so subtle, it would be perfect for the office because it's literally so subtle and just non-confrontational at all. Okay, number 4. This I would not wear if you have a job where like fragrances aren't allowed. I feel like the first 3 you could probably get away with because they're such skin scents. This is not a skin scent. This is a projector. This, like, you are going to fill up a room with this smell, but it's such a beautiful, like, crowd-pleasing smell, and it's an oil, so it's not like offensive. It's not gonna make anyone sneeze, and I've never met a person who doesn't like this. You probably already know what it is by the time I get to actually telling you what it is. It's pretty popular. My bottle is super crunky because I don't know what happened to it, but this is not the way it looks. It's like missing a label. The cap is all like coming off and the liquid is all congealed. It does not look like this normally, but this is my bottle. I obviously need a new one. This is by NEMAT, I think I'm saying it right, which is an Indian house, and the scent is amber. This is literally a crowd please. Like, I'm sure you know what this is if you're into fragrances. The first time I ever smelled this, I was working at Well People when they had a flagship studio in South Austin. This was like back in 2014 or 2015. And this girl walked into the shop and I was just like, what are you wearing? That is the most beautiful scent I've ever smelled. She's like, oh my gosh. She's like, you can get it at Whole Foods. It's like $15. At the time it was 15, now it's 19. And I was just like, how can something that cheap be that good? And she was like, if you get it, just be prepared that like everyone's gonna ask you what you're wearing. And since I've been wearing this, like everyone, like airports, restaurants, people have stopped me and been like, what are you wearing? So this is really, really, really good. But again, if you have a job where like you're not supposed to be wearing scents, do not wear this because it's loud. Okay, number 5, we have a scent by Glossier, the makeup company. This is called Glossier You. And this has notes of pink pepper, ambrette seeds, ambroxan, iris. It smells very soft, warm, and familiar. We're kind of going back to those like subtle skin scents. This one's definitely sweeter and like juicier and riper. It also has, there's something in here that's like reminiscent of my childhood and I can't figure out what it is. I've been trying to figure it out since I started spraying this. It's just, it kind of reminds me of the smell of my friend's house when I was like 8 years old. I don't know, but it's very fruity, juicy. It's not as quiet as like the Molecule fragrances or the DS and DURGA fragrance, but it's very light, very subtle, very inoffensive. So that is Glossier You. Okay, next we have something in a totally different direction. This is a scent by Jill Sander. It's called Sun Pop Coral. I recently just got this maybe a week ago because, sorry, the sun is not working in our favor. That's okay. This was reviewed by one of my favorite fragrance reviewers here on YouTube. I will link her channel below. Her YouTube channel is called The Nostalgic. And when she reviewed this, she said that it smelled like that shampoo from Lush called Big. And if you've ever smelled that, like, you know what that smell is. It's like such a different, amazing smell. So I literally blind bought it because of her review. And I do love it. Let me give it a little spritz. This has notes of mandarin orange, heliotrope, freesia, amber, osmanthus, and musk. Literally at the top, it smells just like Big. Maybe not just like it, but like 95%. It's very similar. It has a very similar kind of vibe. And then it dries down into like a nice freesia amber. I really like this. My problem with this is that it doesn't stay on my skin. And you'll hear me say that a lot on this channel, and it's probably because I have dry skin. So I'm always wanting to hear, like, with other people, does this fragrance actually last on you? Is it just me? Like, is this just how the perfume wears? Like, I don't know. But I really like this. It's nice and fresh. It's pretty salty without being like aquatic, if that makes sense. This is gonna be a great summer scent. It's very light. Again, like, it's very subtle. Like, you can definitely smell it, but it's very subtle and inoffensive, and it doesn't have much of a sillage. So it kind of just sits with you, which is why I think it would make a great office fragrance. Okay, moving on to number 7. This is one of my all-time favorite fragrances, and I don't hear a lot of reviewers talking about this. I don't know why. But this one, I need a full bottle of. This one is Juliette Has a Gun Moscow Mule, and I'm like holding on to the bottom of this with all of my life. Like, I have that much left. I don't know if you can see that liquid, so I'm not gonna spray it. It's also leaking, I just discovered. So Juliette Has a Gun Moscow Mule. I'm gonna keep this upright because it's literally leaking all over me. This, obviously, the name kind of tells you what it's about. It literally smells just like a Moscow Mule. So it's lime, ginger, and jasmine, but it's very hard hitting with the ginger right from the top. To me, this smells like summertime. Like, this is the perfect scent to put on. You're about to go out to happy hour. It's really hot outside. You need something like refreshing, something kind of sparkly and zesty and like fizzy. It smells fizzy. It's really, really, really nice. And it lasts forever. Like, if I wear this fragrance, I can smell it on my clothes like a week later. So there's no need to worry about respraying. Like, you're good to go once you spray this. I call it a great office/work fragrance because it's definitely not as subtle as some of the other ones. It's definitely not a skin scent, but it's very inoffensive. It's very like citrusy and refreshing. And also, I know a lot of people, like, especially if you work in an office, a lot of the times you'll go out to happy hour with your office mates. I think this is a great thing to have in your purse at the office to spray on before you go out for happy hour. I think it's the ultimate summertime happy hour fragrance. Okay, moving on to number 8. This one is a little bit more geared towards fall winter. This is delicious. It smells like a warm cup of hot cocoa without it being too chocolatey. It's very subtle, it's very soft, it's very comforting. It is Nest Cocoa Woods. This has notes of cocoa, sequoia wood, white sandalwood, tiare blossom, and Thai ginger. And like I said, it's a very like warm, comforting, cozy, soft, inoffensive scent. It smells like, it almost smells like chocolate lip smackers. Yeah, it literally smells like chocolate lip smackers or something. There's something. Yeah, it's very subtle. Again, this is like, people are definitely going to smell this on you, but it's not, it's going to be comforting and cozy to them. It's not going to be offensive whatsoever. All right, number 9, we have another clean scent. We have 2 clean scents from SKYLAR coming up. So the first is Golden Lotus. This has notes of vetiver, amber, lotus flower, and crisp golden berries. And this is, it's really nice. It's like kind of fruity. It has a little bit of a watery aspect from the lotus flower. It's just really clean. It's really subtle. It's really soft. I mean, all of the SKYLAR scents are. Yeah, it's just it's really nice. I'm smelling like pear, even though it's not listed. Definitely smelling the vetiver. Yeah, it's really, really good. Okay, and then moving on to number 10, another SKYLAR scent. This is SUNSHOWER. This is a great, where did I put it? Oh, it's over here. This is a great fragrance for like a rainy spring day. It smells kind of wet. It smells kind of moist. So this is called SUNSHOWER. It's got lemon leaves, jasmine tea, and meadow greens. And it's very, yeah, very lemony, the jasmine's subtle, so that's why you can wear it in the office. It's not like a crazy floral fragrance. Yeah, it's nice. Again, people definitely smell you, but it won't, they'll probably think they're smelling like your shampoo or something. Moving on, number 11, this is not a fragrance. This is an essential oil blend by one of my favorite skincare companies, TATA HARPER. There we go. This is her aromatic stress treatment. Again, when I worked at Well People, we carried TATA HARPER, and it was awesome because TATA HARPER is very expensive. And they like $380 for a face cream, kind of expensive. And they would do like sales incentives, and we would get to like take testers home and, you know, sample packets. So I was using that skincare all the time, and I would hit all these sales incentives, so I would get to bring home like full bottles of stuff, which was awesome. And this is one of the things I brought home. It's beautiful. It's an essential oil blend of neroli, bergamot, and sandalwood. And I included this in the office safe fragrances, first of all, because it's an essential oil, so it's not going to be offensive to anyone. But also, like, it actually does help aromatherapeutically. Is that a word? Like, aromically, it's going to help you manage stress. Whenever I'm feeling overwhelmed, stressed out, irritated, I'll put this on, and it's like an immediate mood changer. So that's why I've included this. Aromatic Stress Treatment by TATA HARPER. All right, number 12 is something I do not physically have in my collection right now. I had a sample before. I love it. It's delicious. This is Dame Perfumery Lime, Gardenia, and Benzoin. It's just these 3 notes. It's a beautiful blend of these 3 notes. It's, to me, the epitome of like a sunny spring day. It's a really like floral, uplifting, light, girly kind of fragrance. Like, it literally is the perfect fragrance for your first time wearing a spring dress for the season. It's gorgeous. I included it in office safe fragrances because it's a very light floral, but it is a little bit more heavier than the other ones I mentioned. So this would be a great option, like if you work in a restaurant or, you know, a job where you're not like in a condensed cubicle, like workspace type of environment. Because I feel like it's not gonna choke anyone out, but I do feel like it could be a little bit much compared to the other ones. All right, number 13, I also do not have this on person, but we spoke about this earlier. This is Eccentric Molecule. Number 1, this is the original Molecule perfume. This is like a cult favorite. It's got 1 single molecule. It's Isoe Super, so it basically just kind of works differently on everyone's chemistry. A lot of people can't smell it on themselves and think that they got a bunk bottle. We used to deal with that all the time at the studio. People would call and be like, I think I got a bad fragrance, and we're like, no, it's literally how the molecule works. So like when I first started wearing it, I couldn't smell it on myself, but then people would like chase me down at the grocery store and be like, what are you wearing? That smells amazing. So this is a really light, inoffensive, very magnetic scent. Yeah, I feel like everyone knows this scent, so there's not much more to say about it. Number 14, we have BYREDO Mojave Ghost, which personally is not a huge favorite of mine, but it has such a cult following that I thought I would include it here. So Mojave Ghost has notes of ambrette, Jamaican nesberry, I don't know what that is, powdery violet, sandalwood, chantilly musk, crisp amber, and cedarwood. I think this sample might also be leaking because I have not used that much of it. I also am breaking up with dabber samples, dabber bottle. I'm breaking up. Like, it needs to be in a spray from now on. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't love this fragrance. I know so many people like it. To me, it kind of smells like cheap bubble bath. I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan, but it's a crowd pleaser. It's something you could easily wear to the office. I picture like a bank teller wearing this, or like someone who works in like an admin office. It just smells, I don't know, it has like a secretary smell to it. It's very like powdery and light. I don't know, that's all I have to say about that one. I know a lot of people are probably gonna be pissed off about this in the comments. Go ahead, share your anger down below, that's fine. I know everyone loves this fragrance. I just cannot seem to catch on to it. I don't know what it is. Maybe I need to smell it out of a spray bottle, like a spray vial, instead of a dabber. Okay, number 15. I actually gave this fragrance away because it wasn't for me. It's by Rosie. It's called Angie, and it's honeysuckle, jasmine, and fig. I was very excited to smell this fragrance because I love those 3 notes, but for some reason it just did not work on me. And then one of my coworkers, Zoe, if you watch this, what's up? I gave it to Zoe because we were talking about floral fragrances one day, and it smells so good on her. I don't know why it doesn't smell good like that on me, but that's fine. So Zoe has it now. She has a decant, and it smells really good on her. It's very floral, very light. Again, like, people are definitely gonna smell it on you, but it's definitely like a lighter of a floral fragrance. Plus, it's a clean fragrance, so it's not gonna make others sneeze. It's not gonna give anyone a headache, that kind of thing. Number 16, a fragrance that I just got my nose on. Thanks again to Anna Lauren. I will give her many shout outs on this channel. This is Commodity Gold. It's amber, sandalwood, and vanilla. It's more of like a vanilla. It's more of like a fall winter scent. Let me get a fragrance strip. This is so delicious. Like, if you like amber, sandalwood, and vanilla, you have to get your nose on this. It's vanilla done right. It's beautiful. It smells like, I don't know, like the kind of vanilla that you want to like eat, but without smelling. It's almost like not gourmand, which is weird because you'd think with the notes that it would be considered a gourmand, but it doesn't smell like a gourmand. It's just, it's a very approachable vanilla. This probably isn't gonna piss anyone off. Again, you can definitely smell it. It's not a skin scent, but yeah, I think that's a crowd pleaser. I definitely would wear that to an office if I had an office job. Okay, number 17, we've got 4 more. Number 17 is Bottega Veneta. I just rediscovered this There's a funny story about this fragrance that I'll share at another date. But this fragrance is, there's something about it. I don't know what it is. I'm going to actually spray it on myself because I love it so much. And I'm going to move my glass of wine out of the way so I don't end up drinking it. It's so pretty. It's sambac, jasmine, plum, and pink pepper, which are like 3 of my favorite notes. It smells grown up. Like I always feel like a grown up. So at the time I'm filming this video, in 4 days, I'm going to be 40. And this, oh, I got it in my mouth. I feel like this is my like 40 scent. Like this is 40, you know? I should have waited until I started talking because it's like literally in my mouth. Yeah, it's just delicious. It's clean. It's pretty. It's feminine. And it's delicious. And I love it. I wore it wine tasting 2 weekends ago and it was the perfect wine to be like out, or it's perfect wine, perfect perfume to be like out on a patio with a girlfriend, tasting some wine. We ate some flatbread. We were like in the sun, but it wasn't super hot. It was perfect. So that is one of my new favorites. Moving on to number 18, we have DEMETER Clean Skin. This has orange, lemon, white, rose, bergamot, peach, and vanilla. It literally smells like clean skin. Like there's no other way to describe it, which is why I think it would make a great office scent. I learned my lesson. I'm going to keep my mouth closed while I'm spraying things. Yeah, it's like almost not there. This is what I would recommend. Like if I had an 11-year-old daughter and she was like, Mommy, I want to start wearing perfume. And I'd be like, this is what I would give her. Because it smells like it smells like a doll. Like that's it. Not a favorite, but I figured I would include it in here. Number 19. I cannot find my decant of this anywhere, which makes me very sad. I was looking for it everywhere before I started filming. I will just get another decant or another sample because a full bottle costs $365. So this is Tom Ford's Soleil Blanc, and you probably have heard about this because it's very popular. This has notes of coco de mer, cardamom, lang lang, and Comoros Islands. I have no idea. Basically, it smells like sunshine on the beach. Like it just smells really good. It's got like a slight coconut thing going on. You can smell a little bit of the lang lang. It smells kind of tropical, but it's subtle enough and it smells grown up. It doesn't smell like a suntan lotion bottle. This is a great office scent for the summer. Just spray lightly, again, because this isn't like a skin scent. It's not like a beast mode. It's not like it's not going to project really hugely or anything. But it's it's a Tom Ford scent. So just like 1 or 2 spritzes, I would say, with that one. And lastly, at the 20th spot is one of my all-time favorites. It's Prada d'Infusion. I'm not even going to attempt it. It's Prada d'Infusion Iris Cedar. Okay, that's my American way of pronouncing this. So in this one, we have Iris, Cedar, Tunisian, Neroli, Benzoin from Laos, and Somalian incense. This, I need a full bottle of this, which is funny because I don't usually love Prada perfumes, but this is really good. I think I'm falling in love with Iris. I think that's what's happening. It's just so clean and refreshing. I think that men and women could wear this. Like this is as feminine as it is masculine, if that makes sense. Whenever I smell this, I feel like I'm like outside at like some, not fancy, but some sort of like hip kind of like barbecue, you know, like it smells classy. It smells kind of edgy and hip. It just smells hip. I feel like movie producers would wear this. Yeah, and you can smell the cedar, the benzoin for sure. Definitely the incense. I can't really smell the neroli, which kind of bums me out. And then the iris, of course. But this is just really, really, really pretty. The first time I wore this, I sprayed it all over myself, not realizing it would like stay on my skin for a while. And then I went and got a massage done, and like the whole time I was getting a massage, I could smell this. And it was just like such a relaxing experience. So that is it. That is the last office safe / work fragrance from the list today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, hit the notification bell to get notified of future videos. I appreciate you stopping by. Leave a comment and let me know what is your favorite office safe fragrance. Let me know in the comments, or if you have any comments about any of the perfumes I shared, let me know in the comments as well. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.